In the name of Allah, today I want to teach you English vocabulary and use, pre-intermediate and intermediate. Study Unit 1. The title is Learning Vocabulary, Part A. Using this book. It's a good idea to have a routine when you use this book. Routine means something you do often and usually in the same way. For example, a weekly routine when you study a new unit for at least. At least means not less than 30 to 45 minutes. A daily routine when you revise the unit. Revise means review, or we also can say study it again. You may only need to revise for 5 or 10 minutes each time. Over to you. Write your answer. Number 1. How often can you spend at least half an hour or 45 minutes on a unit? Number 2. How often can you revise? How much time can you spend when you revise? Where will you do it? Part B. Studying a new unit. When you are studying a unit for the first time, you need to be active when you are learning. Tips for studying a new unit with a new word or phrase. Say it aloud. Say it aloud means speak it so you can hear it, and repeat it to yourself silently. Silently means in your head, not speaking. If you have the ebook that goes with the book, use it to check the pronunciation. Use a highlighter pen to mark words you think are important or difficult. Write down. Write down means write, or also we can say write note. Write down new words and phrases in your notebook. See Unit 2 for more information. Always try to write an example sentence for new words. You can choose an example from this book or dictionary, but an example from your own life will often help you to remember a word. For example, I shared a flat with an Australian girl when I was in London last year. Do exercise in pen. Then you can rub them out. Rub them out, it means remove. Using a rubber and do them again later. This is a good way to revise vocabulary. Over to you. Write your answer. Number 1. Which of these things do you do now when you are learning vocabulary? Number 2. What will you do in the future? Part C. Revising a unit. When you are revising a unit 1 or 2 days later, it is also important to be as active as possible. The tips for revising a unit: test yourself. For example, look at word and keyword meaning. Can you remember what the meaning is? If you can't, check the meaning, then come back to the word in 5 minutes time and test yourself again. Look at what you wrote in your notebook when you first studied the unit. Is there any new information you want to add? For example, something about the pronunciation or common word partner. Common word partner means a synonym. See Unit 2. Diagrams may help you to organize some of the vocabulary differently and help you to remember it. For example, take. Who took my pen? Let's take a break now. I took notes during the lecture. And what size shoes do you take? Over to you. Write your answer. Do you revise vocabulary that you study? If so, how often? Will you try to revise more often in the future? If so, will you use some of the idea above? Part D. Expanding. Expanding your vocabulary. Expanding means make something bigger, or we also can say increase your vocabulary. When you learn a word, for example dirty, think of synonym. Synonym means words with similar meaning or opposite in your language. Look them up in a bilingual dictionary. Bilingual dictionary is a dictionary with translation from one language into another. To find the English words, then look up the English word in an English dictionary to check the meaning. From this, you will find that the opposite of dirty is clean, and you may also find filthy. Filthy means very dirty.